Literally, ever since I entered the crypto industry, I have heard this question so many times. And that question is, where are the next 100 million users going to come from in crypto? Ever since I entered this industry, all I've ever heard is this question. It's been the biggest debate summing up my time in crypto. And that debate is, when and where are the next 100 million users for the crypto industry going to come from? It's such a big debate. And all I've ever heard is, we need better UX. We need to build applications that normies want to use. We need to make it easier to on and off ramp into crypto. And all of these points are extremely valid. But everyone is missing one huge point. We're thinking about the next 100 million users being human. And where the world is today, that's not true. The next 100 million users of the crypto industry, of the blockchain, will not be human. They will be agentic. Essentially, the future of blockchain technology belongs not only to humans, but to agents. At the end of the day, we're entering this new world of Web3, where we have AI co-pilots, we have autonomous agents, we have smart contracts talking to each other, extremely sophisticated technology conducting and executing on the blockchain without human intervention. And that is already where we are right now in 2025, let alone where we're going to be in 2030. So when you're building a protocol in crypto moving forward, you should not just be thinking about getting users that are human. You should be thinking about, how do I attract the individuals that are deploying the agents to use what it is I'm building? How do I attract the agents to come and use the technology that we're working on? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself, because these agents, they're going to be able to stake, borrow, vote, and build without any human intervention. Seriously powerful stuff, and it's already here. Wake up, it's already happening. And now I just want to discuss 3 points as to why this is an absolute game changer for this industry. The first one is that agents don't care about pretty design and pretty UX. They care about APIs. They care about being able to interact with a depth of different protocols. They care about working with the easiest to use solutions to gain the value that they want out of them, not how nice something looks, okay? So there's a slight difference if you're actually trying to target agents as users and not just humans. Another point is that projects aren't fighting for attention, they're fighting for integration. Agents, they're not the ones that are scrolling through Twitter and other social media platforms. They don't need ads. They choose protocols based on things like costs, efficiency, and composability. And the third point here is that network effects can go parabolic, especially if you're one of the first to go and implement this mindset of going after the agents. Because agents, they don't sleep, they're not human, all right? They don't have bad days where they do nothing. They are working 24/7 and they can interact with thousands of things in a minute. So you really need to make sure that you build for scale if you're going to attract agents as users. And I guess the biggest thing, if you walk away from this video with anything, is that you are not building for eyeballs. You are building for intelligence. And if I give you a very simple example of everything that I've just said, it's this. So let's say you've designed a smart contract and it's interacting with your front end currently, which then a normal human user comes to use. In the future, your smart contract, rather than interacting with a front end UI, it's going to be interacting with a default yield optimizer agent. That's the difference. You're not going into fancy front end design to try and entice users. You're kind of swerving that, and what you're building is just going to directly interact with agents, and it's a completely different onboarding method to do so. Now, one thing that I'm not saying here is don't build for humans as users. Of course, build that way, okay? But if you want to be mega, you want to be building a protocol that's going to change this industry, you have to have yourself open to both types of users. You need to realize that there are going to be a lot more agentic based users moving forward. And therefore, if you are building that smart contract, yes, you still have a great UI front end so that humans can come and interact with that contract. But you also build the environment of the smart contract in a way, the integrations, the APIs, so that the agents, their form of front end is very appealing to them to want to interact with that smart contract. So I hope this video has been a realization for you. When I really understood this, it was a huge realization for me. And I guess you just need to understand that we're not trying to build for mass adoption anymore. We are building for machine onboarding. So rather than mass onboarding of normal users, we're building for machine onboarding. And if you do take this video in, you're at a great point in time. This video is coming at the right time for you builders or people looking to do something cool in Web3, because we're still very early in the stages of moving towards this. And many people that are building are still focused solely on human users. So you can get ahead by using what you know in this video. And on top of that, if you want to actually know how to start building a business in crypto, how you can launch and grow a crypto project, how and why there's a science behind all of this, I'm going to drop a free training in the video that's going to walk you through that side. Because if you can work out what protocol to develop that is open to potentially hundreds of millions, if not a billion, agentic-based users, and you partner that with knowing the science behind launching and growing a project in the right way, you tell me, but I think you can do extremely well. So with this video and what I'm dropping in my bio, hopefully you have more than enough to go away and start building something seriously cool that could genuinely shape the future of this industry. Don't disappoint me. Don't let me down. Go and make it happen. And as always, if you like this style of content about the inner workings of the crypto industry, launching and growing projects, then subscribe to my channel and I shall see you on the next video.